In Havertown, Pennsylvania, this morning is no different than any other morning for Joel Perlish. First, a few stretching exercises, followed by a 2 or 3 mile run. It began 6 years ago when Joel took a look at himself and realized it was time to get in shape.
I had always promised myself when I was 30 years old, 30 being some kind of benchmark, that I would really start taking care of myself. I wouldn't end up like a lot of people who I'd seen with tremendous bellies and not able to get around real well or make best use of a day.
In his spare time, Joel teaches 26 lively third graders at Manoa Elementary School. His concern for fitness has spread to include them in his program. Teacher and students jog to and from school every day as part of the Manoa Run Club, also known as Joel's Joggers.
I think that it probably influences the kids in a way that they're better able to control themselves during the day. Some of the excess energy is probably used up when we run in the morning. Basically, I think it helps kids be more in tune with their bodies so that they can control them better.
Joey Spitz is in the 2nd grade. He's only been running for several months, but in that time he has logged more than 60 miles. We talked with Joey's mother about his running.
It's really brought him out of himself because he's a very quiet child, which is really nice because he's getting to that point where he has to really come out. He can't be a follower. He has to be a leader in order to get anywhere. And I just feel that it's built an awful lot of confidence in him about himself that he can do this. You know, some children, they're not able to play certain sports or they're not built right. He's not exactly built to play football. But when it comes to running, he just excels and it really makes him feel good about himself.
This Pied Piper of Havertown arrives between 7:30 and 8 o'clock every morning to collect the children. We're now approaching the Loftus home. Patrick Loftus has logged well over 400 miles, making him the #1 runner in the club. His mother has noticed a dramatic change in his attitude.
He likes school a lot better, which is a big change from 2nd grade. He absolutely hated school. Last week, they did a 6.5 mile run after school, and I noticed he came in, he spent a half hour, got a snack and cooled off. And then he went right outside to the backyard and played, shot baskets for a whole hour. That's his schedule. Run, school, run again, baseball, homework.
I'm trying to beat 439 because no one has passed that amount of miles yet. And someone's made it, but it looks like I'm going to be passing it.
Jamie Cotton has run more miles than any other girl in the history of the Manoa Run Club. In addition to the fitness benefits of running, Jamie's mother has noticed other positive changes in her daughter.
She gets her own breakfast. It's prompted her to be a little more independent in the morning, not waiting for me. And then she gets her clothes and she has to decide on what the weather's going to be, that kind of thing. And it gets her going in the morning. It also gives her something to encourage her discipline. In other words, at nighttime, she says she has to make the decision at night whether she's going to run. Then she has to stick to her goal in the morning.
You might be asking yourself, like I did, why these kids volunteer to leave their warm beds just so they can run to school. The answer is simple.
It's fun when you get exercise. I started running with my teacher this year, and I've already run 185.5 miles this year.
It's easy to come up with good ideas. The hard part is following through. Joel Perlish has been following through for the last 5 years. Since the Manoa Run Club began in 1980, the total mileage for all runners is approaching close to 8,000 miles. Joel may be an unorthodox teacher, but you can't argue with his results.
He spends a great deal of time with kids because he likes them so much as little people. I mean, they're not students, it's not a job, it's his life.
I try to treat kids on a level so that they know that I respect them and respect them as people, not just as children. Kids use my first name. I think that any kind of a respect has to be earned and that it just can't be beat into kids. The kids keep me thinking young and they keep me moving.
How many miles did that little girl say she'd run?
She said 185 and a half. And that takes a lot of self-discipline for a little third grader.
I don't think I've got that much self-discipline. We'll be right back.